Okay, this is Bobby Ray Adams, and I'm doing the series of interviews. I've done some interviews with some cooking people, and then I've done some interviews with the blues harp guy, and then the guitar tech luthier guy, and now I'm with Bobby Ray. And the reason I'm doing the interview with Bobby Ray is because, long story short, I attended a church service at a very small church and had a little band set up, and the band started to play, and I was just watching this guitar player, and I became his groupie after that. He just blows me away. And he came in and sat in with us on a gig, and he's just an exceptional guitarist, so that's the interview. A very exceptional guitarist. Matter of fact, to give you an example of how exceptional, I'll just play. I'll do something like a shuffle thing in C, and just everybody will get it when I start doing it. There you go. Okay, so had an opportunity. Bobby Ray and I have talked a bit, and then we just had lunch before we came here today. I had an opportunity to talk to him about his craft, and was a full-time musician. When did you start playing?
Like about 2 minutes ago.
What? Before that?
Oh, I was about 13, I guess. 13,
and you've been playing all these years, right? And when we were having lunch, you told me that at one time, for many years, you were a full-time musician. That's what you did. That was your living.
26 years, yeah.
26 years. And was most of that playing with other people, or?
Yes, yes. Different bands, from Chicano music to jazz to whatever.
And tell me again about the Air Force thing.
Air Force band.
Okay.
I joined the Air Force to become a helicopter pilot, and I found out they didn't have helicopters.
Yeah.
So they let me in the band.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, was that really the gig?
Yeah.
That was your gig?
Yeah, it was. I was a audio engineer / instrumentalist was my title.
How do you get promoted when you're a musician in a band? I mean, I'm just curious.
just like anybody else. Stay in long enough, they get tired of you and promote you.
So your job was to play guitar, and and I guess the band went all over the place, like all different states. And,
yep.
And that's what you did. And how big was the band, this Air Force band?
Well, you have different sections. The big band was 27 people, and then you had a country band, which was, I think, 6 people, 7 people. A Latin band, a pop band, a rock band. So, you know, in the morning when you go to work, you'll have rehearsals all day, different schedules. Start at 9 o'clock with this band, and then you jump across the hall to this other band, and you just playing all different types of music all day long.
Now, most of the people in the Air Force band could read, sight read.
Oh, yeah, every one of them.
And you can't.
Almost every one of them.
Right? And so how did you cut it that you couldn't sight read and be in the band?
Let's see. I could play, and at the time I was driving a bus for the country band out of San Antonio. And when we got to, I think Enid, Oklahoma, they were getting ready for their gig, and was in this little room they were practicing. They had left and go take a break, and I asked the guitar player if I could play his guitar. And I was playing, and the leader of the band, Chief Master Sergeant Don Quimby, stuck his head in and says, and he turned around and said, "Is that the bus driver?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he ended up getting me pencil whipped in the band, pretty much, because I couldn't read.
So, and you keep talking about you chart read. Okay, when you chart read, if we were looking at charts, I mean, like I've got a sheet here, and this is like you download a song, like the band's gonna learn a song. It's like here's the song, and here are the lyrics, and here are the chords.
Right.
Is it like that?
Right. That or numbering system, either one.
Okay. And so they would just give you the chart, and then whatever the song is, you just did it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Or depending on the band, most of it was by ear. Anyway.
Okay. So you've also told me about this guitar. Now, this is what year is this?
This was built in 1992. As I worked at a music store, and we sold Fenders, and the distributor, his name was Bill Carson. He told us that they were going to open the custom shop to retail sales. So me and another friend of mine that worked there also ordered these guitars, and this is the 6th one they made when they started doing that. In fact, the serial number is 06, 1954, because of make of 1954. And what they did, they took actual 1954 necks, 3 of them, and took a laser impression of each one of them, averaged them out, and had a machine make this one. So it's as close as you can get.
And so, now I know that you got this other guitar going on, but the pickups that you had in this a week ago, what kind of, they were just custom shop pickups?
These are custom shop pickups.
These are
come on.
Okay.
What I had in there was some I had made for me. A man out of Greenville, Texas, made those for me. I'd have to get his name and everything, but he does a good job. But that I was talking about Bill Carson. He was our distributor. He was also the one. He had been with Fender. He's dead now. He's been with Fender for 40-something years at that point. And Leo Fender and him were friends. And in the 50s, Leo Fender sent him out with a Telecaster to do gigs. And he said, "What can I do to this guitar to make it feel better?" And they made the Stratocaster. So actually, Bill Carson was the one that made the Stratocaster, and he's the one that ordered me this guitar. I was going to get him to sign it, but he had passed away.
Yeah. So another thing, I remember one day you told me that these were all, I mean, that you had different years?
Right.
What's that about?
Let's see. There's a few of these that are actual 50s, from the 50s, and what would happen when one would go out, I had a set from a while back when I had a guitar shop, and whenever one would go out, I'd change out to original 50s. which don't go out. So
the deal that they were better quality. Is what you're
well, they're aesthetic. You know.
Okay. Is there anything else about the guitar?
Let's see. These are from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's about it. And I don't use regular volume control knobs because I do a lot of this. You know.
Well, demonstrate that.
Okay. Or you can do a. But.
And do people who do that a lot? Do they have pickups or the knobs? Do they use?
No, they use a pedal. Usually.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, some of them do.
But it being extended out there makes it easier for your finger.
Right. Well, the main reason was because I was doing it so much, I would strip out the plastic ones. When I hit the end, it would strip out those plastic ones, and these have a set screw.
Okay. Now at lunch, we were talking about a bunch of things, but we were talking about. We said if we were playing, we picked a fret. It didn't make any difference. And we said if we played a lead and we're at the 5th fret, and then we went down, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 3,
Yeah.
that it would be in the same key, but it would tend to be country-ish versus blues rock.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. If you take the skeleton of a scale, say for example your rock scale. Just your skeleton. And take that down here. So, in all essence, if you're doing a and you go to country.
That's interesting. But you said that was like a big you were playing guitar, and then when somebody showed you, if you go down 3 frets.
Right.
So that applies anywhere then.
It does.
Anywhere on the guitar.
In any instrument.
So if I'm playing C, I'm going to be playing. And you're saying if I go down 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean that's a cool thing. Now you also said that like when I play, I'm playing in E flat because of our vocalist. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm tuned at E, and I use 10s, and you use 11s, and you use 11s just because that's what you grew up and you're used to. Oh no, the tone. You said the tone. The heavier the string, you like the tone.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, tell what you got here is this is a maple neck and all that, and so are you telling me that these are 2 Stratocasters?
Right.
Maple neck. Mm-hmm. We have different pickups, but these pickups are called Mojo pickups, and they come from somewhere in the Carolinas actually, and these are like 60s vintage, so there's very little gain to them. So you're saying, should we be able to tell? Well, first of all, show me the difference. How could we show the difference with tone just with the I guess we're not on the same.
Right, you have to have all the same
settings.
Everything.
Right, would have to be the same.
Even the chord makes a difference.
Right.
Mogami has no oxygen in their chords, so you have more gain.
Okay, but show me the tone that playing a 11 gives you that you say you don't get from a 10.
Well, if you was to use the same from the chord out, plug into yours and plug into this one, you'll hear this one would be a beefier sound, more sustained,
With the heavier.
with a heavier gauge.
Okay. All right.
Now the con side of it is you can't have your action too high, which I like high action, because when you have a heavier gauge string and you're pushing down, it's changing the pitch. You know, the heavier it is, the less it's stretching and it's changing the pitch.
Okay. So what if you're using a 11 here? What are you using up here on this?
But this one's a 49.
Okay. All right. I mean, you're not like getting into 50s and stuff.
Well, I usually do 11 to 52,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find them in this series of strings.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's just let's do some. Got a lot. How long you had this? 20-something years.
Yeah, it's
Seen a lot.
so it used to be all shiny and everything, but I didn't play it to look at,
All right.
or buy it to look at.
Let's do another. You tell me. Like just a slow blues and
Okay.
name the key, and we'll see what happens.
How about an A?
Hey.
That's nice and safe.
find yourself that when you're playing, is it more picking or picking?
It's both.
So you do both?
Yeah, when I play it.
And what is this? What is this?
That's just a kind of a flamenco. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're doing a lead, and then you're going to switch to, you're going to go back and forth from.
No, I'm doing both at the same time.
Okay, I got to see this. Hang on.
Okay.
You stay there. Okay. What now?
When I'm playing.
Well, I mean, that's like having somebody with two hands.
Well,
Because you got
four fingers anyway.
Well, but I mean, you're
Right.
My speed is. Right. You got 5 things, or how many? Or 4 things going.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And when you can do it like that, you go.
So how long is, like right there, you had your pick between these, and we're using these 2 or all, these 3?
3. Yeah.
How does your mind get around that?
You just keep doing it until your mind doesn't think about it.
It's just an acquired thing that you learn to do. Okay, keep going. I'm here at school, so keep teaching.
You know, when I was young, I thought I invented chicken picking, but I learned differently. And that's from plucking the strings, you know, with my fingers. I thought that was new to the world, and it wasn't. I just didn't change my channel enough on TV. So, that's about it.
Now, let me ask you, is this 3-way?
Well,
5?
It came 3-way, but it's a 5-way.
Okay. So, during most of your playing, when you're playing out, are you using...
I'm usually in the neck position.
That's what I do. And okay, and you might change to get a little cleaner sound.
Depending on the song.
Right. Now, are these saddles? Did they come with this? Or
Yes.
Okay, so that's kind of a vintage thing.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was supposed to be like is it supposed to be a replica of 54?
Right.
Okay.
As close as they could possibly get. The pickups were hand wound with the specs of a 54. I think they tried to. Accommodate for the weakness of the magnets, because I think in 54, of course, they were strong and new, but they wanted to give the replica of old pickups, so they would use weaker magnets.
Wait, when they first came out with it, was it they used weaker pickups because they didn't know any better, or they didn't?
No. In 54, they were normal.
They did. That was all they had.
The guitar, as it comes down.
Oh, it loses.
Its magneticity.
Okay. All right. Now you're going to teach me some stuff. So when we're playing in A, this would be an A major. Okay, go there. No, where I'm at.
Oh.
Okay, so Paul would do something like. Show me what you would do to elaborate on just as this kind of basic thing. How about that thing they talk about Hendrix he would push up and then hit it on the down? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know. Again, I haven't changed my channel much.
Okay. All right. And when you're playing something in, say, A, we talked about this at lunch, you'll be doing pentatonic, and then you'll come down into major.
Yeah.
And you blend both.
Or you can do both,
Now, note your vibrato is this kind of.
Right.
And mine is.
Well, someone told me one time when I was young that vibrato goes 2 different directions.
You're doing. And mine's. No, okay. You're saying it goes 2 different directions. What do you mean by that? Okay, up and down.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as quick vibrato, I do the same thing.
Oh, so you do this too?
Yeah.
So
if it's slow, I'll just do one of these.
But not a lot of people do both.
Right.
Like B.B. King is.
Right.
And then Eric Clapton is. Because I can't even do it because that's not what I learned to do.
Yeah.
But you do them both. You do one because it's slow, and one for speed.
Yep.
Okay. What other treasures you got? Oh, we got 4 minutes left. So
Okay.
what other treasures can you tell me? You used to smoke the cigarettes. I think.
Yeah, I used to smoke like a freight train. I like this little lick here. Here we you know, during the slow blues song, that's one of the Steve Ray Vaughan things.
So you.
Well, he usually plucks it, but I like this better. Just yeah, put on your picture.
Oh, here.
Yeah. And especially if you're overdriven or with some distortion.
Okay. What else?
That's all I got. That's the whole.
That's your whole portfolio
Yeah.
of guitar licks. Right
Guitar
there?
licks.
You hear those. What is that?
It's just it's kind of like abstract art.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Doesn't have any direction. Doesn't
But
have
it
any.
fits in something.
But it fits in as long as you end up where everybody can understand.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of like going once upon a time, blah, 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 different language, and then live happily ever after.
Do you ever do the play in octaves? Okay, so I was supposed to, before I run out, I was supposed to talk about you've been in many bands, you played with a bunch of musicians. When you came to the gig I was at, you showed me the text from the bass player and Three Doors Down. I guess you taught those guys guitar lessons or something.
Yeah, it was just more of an acquaintance. You know, they were just young when I was working at a music store.
And so now we fast forward, and it's 2015, and the name of your band, and you're kind of functioning out of Fort Worth, but you're getting into Dallas.
Right.
It's called
B. Ray and the Humans.
B. Ray and the Humans, and I'll put the your website up when we do this.
Okay.
And then you also sit in with another band. Tell them the name of the other band.
Well, Mike Whistle and the Pawn Shop Pistols.
We need a name.
That's a real name.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, that is a name.
I just, for short, I call it the Pistols. It's a country band, you know. I was with them before I started my own band here. I mean, I had the Humans for 20 years, but
Okay, what is, I get B. Ray, but how did the Humans?
the Humans, when I was by myself playing with a machine, and I had a band, they wanted to know the difference between a machine when I was going to be with a machine or by myself or
so
with a
it'd
band.
be
So I'd
B-Ray
say
and Humans.
the Humans instead of a machine.
Okay, on this guitar real quick, and he just showed
6
it to me,
months.
and it's not quite finished set up, but look at this inlay. It's got his name and this just great mother of pearl inlay, and the inlay was done in Vietnam by a master, and then he's I'm sure these pickups are very
Handmade.
and this will be your main guitar.
Yes.
Okay. And then turn it over real quick, and then right here you see it says B. Ray and Humans.
Yeah.
We